Now let us solve the question number 20, where fx is equal to exponential gx and gx equals to sine of mod x square. Then we have to find, then the option says that g is not continuous function, g is not a bounded function, g is continuous function which is not differentiable at x equal to 0, and d is differentiable for all x. Okay, first of all, observe mod x. Okay, so mod x is equal to minus x when x less than 0 and x when x greater equal to 0, right? Now what is mod of x square? Mod of x square is always x square, as x square is always positive, so mod of x square is x square. Hence mod of x square, as if I show you by the graphs, the graph of mod x will look like this, right? Which has a peak point at x equal to 0, and at x equal to 0 we actually can draw two tangents, and hence we can say that mod x is not differentiable at x equal to 0, but x square will something look like this, right? The graph of x square will look like this, which has no peak point as x equal to 0, right? Hence we can say that no, this is not the perfect graph. Let me draw a perfect graph for fx equal to x square. Just a second. Okay, so the graph of x square will look like this, which do not have any peak point, hence h is differentiable at every point. Okay, now we have to show that now we have to think for sine of mod x square. Now you actually can see, just a minute, let me erase it. Okay, now you actually can see that if x greater than 0, okay, gx is equal to sine of mod x square. If x greater than 0, the value of mod x is equal to x, so I can say that this is sine of x square, so this is sine square x. If x less than 0, then gx is equal to sine of mod x square. At if x less than 0, the value of mod x is minus x, so I actually can say that sine of minus x square, so this is nothing but minus of sine x is whole square, so this is nothing but sine square x. And at x equal to 0, gx is equal to 0, hence I can say that gx is equal to sine square x for all x, right? I know that sine function, that is trigonometric function, are nice function. Nice functions means it is everywhere differentiable, everywhere continuous, everywhere integrable, and hence I can say that g is differentiable, and option D is our correct option. Okay, now let us solve the question number 21, which says that if x1 is equal to alpha and mod alpha less than 1 is a real number, then for n equal to 1, 2, 3, define xn plus 1 equal to xn if n is odd, and xn squared is if n is even, right? So I am writing xn plus 1 is equal to xn if n is odd, and xn squared if n is even. Okay, okay, it is given that x1 is equal to alpha. Now what can you say about x2? x2 equal to x1 plus 1, as 1 is odd number, hence I can say that x2 is equal to alpha, right? Now what is x3? x3 is equal to x2 plus 1. You can see that 2 is an odd number, so this is nothing but x2 square, as the value of x2 is equal to alpha, this is alpha square. Now what is x4? x4 equal to x3 plus 1. So as 3 is odd number, so this is nothing but, you can see that if n is odd, this is nothing but xn. So as 3 is odd number, this is nothing but x3, and the value of x3 is equal to alpha square, right? Okay, so what is x5? x5 is equal to x4 plus 1. As 4 is an even number, I actually can write it as x4 square. What is the value of x4? The value of x4 is alpha square, so this is alpha square is square, so it is alpha to the power 4. The value of x6 is equal to x5 plus 1, so the value of, as 5 is odd number, this is nothing but x5, and the value of x5 is alpha to the power 4. Now observe the sequence. The sequence is alpha, alpha, alpha square, alpha square, alpha cube, dot 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 dot. This is our sequence. Okay. So what can I say about the innate term of this sequence? Now this is our required sequence xn, right? Now let me consider a subsequence of xn. First, I am considering the first number, third number, fifth number, and so on. So I am taking a subsequence as x of x2n minus 1 of xn. Okay. Now x2n minus 1 is equal to alpha, alpha square, alpha cube, and so on, right? So limit n tends to infinity, x2n minus 1 is equal to limit n tends to infinity modulus alpha to the power n, right? Now you can see that the value of alpha, that is, it is given that mod alpha is less than 1, so this limit must be equal to 0. Okay. Now I am considering the another sequence of xn, that is x2n. Okay. So x2n equal to, I am considering the even terms, this term, this term, this term. So this is also same, alpha, alpha square, alpha cube, dot dot dot. And you again I can say that limit n tends to infinity, x2n is equal to 0, which is equal to limit n tends to infinity, x2n minus 1. We know that if these two subsequences are converges in the same place, hence the main sequence is convergent and main sequence converges at this subsequential limit, and hence I can say that limit n tends to infinity, xn is equal to 0. Hence our option A is our correct option. Now let us solve the question number 22. We says that the set of all real number x which satisfies this is defined by all such x such that x greater than c. Then we have to find out the value of c. I am writing this log 2004 base log 2003 base log 2002 base log 2001 of x. This is defined. Okay. So I actually can write it as log 2004 base a capital X, where capital X is equal to log 2003 base log 2002 base log 2001 base x. Okay. Now we know that log y is defined if y is greater than 1, y is greater than 0. Log y is defined if y is greater than 0. So I actually can say that this is defined, that is log 2004 base x is defined if x is greater than 0, right? So I actually can say that this is defined if x is greater than 0. So I can say that what is the value of x? This is log 2003 base log 2002 base log 2001 base x greater than 0. Okay. Taking antilog both sides, I actually can say that it will imply log 2002 base log 2001 base x greater than 2003 power 0, right? So it will imply log 2002 base log 2001 base x is greater than 2003 power 0 is equal to 1. Now taking antilog both sides, again I can say that log 2001 base x greater than 2002 power 1. Taking antilog again, I can say that x is greater than 2001 power 2002, right? Now let us take the options. 2001 power 2002. So option B is our correct option. Let us solve the question number 23, which says that a square ABCD has area 36 and the side AB is parallel to the x-axis and the vertices A, B, C are on the graph y equal to a base log a base x, y equal to 2 log a base x, y equal to 3 log a base x. Okay. Then what is the value of A? Okay, let me consider let me draw the axis. This is our first x-axis, let it be our y-axis. Okay, okay, and consider a square. I'm drawing a square. Okay, okay, let it be our A, B, C, D. Okay, it is given that area of A, B, C, D is equal to 36. Okay, if area of A, B, C, D is equal to 36, what we can say about the sides? The sides are 6, 6, 6, 6. Now it is also given AB is parallel to x-axis. AB is parallel to x-axis means their y coordinate must be same. So I am writing their y coordinate at x, P, and this is also P. Okay. Now as the y coordinate of A is P and A lies on this graph, so A lies on y equal to log A base x, right? So the value of y is P, so I am putting the value of y equal to P to get the value of x. So P equal to log A base x, so taking antilog to find the value of x, x equals to A to the power P, right? So this is nothing but A to the power P. Okay, again it is B lies on this graph, y equal to 2 log A base x. So I am putting the value of y equal to P equal to 2 log A base x, and hence I can say that the value P by 2 is equal to log A base x. Hence by taking the antilog I can say that the value of x equal to A to the power P by 2. So this is our A to the power P by 2. Okay, now you can see that as their y coordinate are same and distance from A to B is 6, I can write A to the power P by 2 minus A to the power P is equal to 6. Okay, now as BC is parallel, as if AB is parallel to x-axis and hence and ABCD is a square, I can say that BC is parallel to y-axis and the y coordinate and the x coordinate of C must be A to the power P by 2. Okay, so I can put x equal to A to the power P by 2 to get the value of y. So I am putting as C lies on 3 log A base x, and I am putting the value of A equal to x equal to log A to the power P by 2. Okay, so here from this I can say that 3 into P by 2 into 1, so the value of y is equal to 3P by 2. Okay, so this is 3P by 2, and you can see that this height is also 6 and their x coordinate are same, so I can say that 3P by 2 minus P is equal to 6. Okay, so I can say that 3P minus 2P is equal to 6, and hence P by 2 is equal to 6. It will imply the value of P is equal to 12. Okay, we got the value of P is equal to 12. Now I am going to put this value here, so I can write A to the power 6 minus A to the power 12 is equal to 6, and hence I can say that A to the power 12 minus A to the power 6 plus 6 is equal to 0. I am considering A to the power 6 is equal to x, hence I can say that this is nothing but x square minus x plus 6 is equal to 0. So I can say that the x minus 3 into x minus 2 is equal to 0, and the value of x is equal to 3 and 6. Okay, as A to the power 3 and minus 2, sorry. So as A to the power 6 is equal to, and then it will imply A to the power 6 equal to 3 or A to the power 6 is equal to minus 2, and you can see that it is nothing but A cube is square is equal to minus 2, which is never possible. So I am eliminating this option, so a to the power 6 is equal to 3, then value of a is equal to 3 to the power 1 by 6. Let us see the options. 3 to the power 1 by 6, so option A is our correct option. Okay, now let us